Resilience is a funny thing. It is a human competency, one of those things that we so often claim to have but struggle to wield when we most need it. We believe that in the face of difficulty we will persevere, that life is tough, but so too are we, that the human spirit will always endure. We believe that when tested we would be resilient, and then something happens. Something at work, something in your relationship, even something in yourself that makes the very foundation on which you have built your life shake and wobble and sometimes even crumble around you. These triggers are unique. We all carry a different set, a weight that we bear, sometimes without even realizing it. This is the time for resilience, and yet, when that wobble sets in, resilience suddenly becomes the furthest thing from our minds. We blame, we run, we freeze, we make excuses, we hide, we lash out. And because we are hurting, we end up hurting those around us too. Our reaction to this wobble is far from ideal, and yet it is perhaps one of the most basic human reactions we have left. For 350,000 years, the brain mankind inherited from the first Homo sapiens has been evolving. And through this process of evolution, the human brain of today has retained a certain instinct. It is this instinct which has allowed our species to endure for so long, the survival instinct. When we experience a moment of wobble, our brain perceives the threat, no matter which part of our haere is feeling under attack, and defaults back to the survival instinct. Once upon a time, the survival instinct had only two outcomes: fight or flight. In the age of the millennial, our survival instinct can come to the surface in many different ways. We blame, we run, we freeze, we hide, we make excuses, we lash out. It would be so very easy to settle into a reaction that has been passed down through 350,000 years of evolution. To be resilient in the face of wobble is to reprogram the primate still very much present in our human psychology. Now, this is the uncomfortable part, the ugly bit of resilience that people don't often tell you about. The hidden work that makes resilience too hard. When that wobble sets in and our primate stands to protect us from the hurt, we must fight the survival instinct and instead ask perhaps the most daunting question of all. Why? Why am I feeling like this? What sits behind my reaction? Does my ego need checking? Has my self-worth taken a hit? Am I grieving? Have I been shamed? Am I enough? These are the questions that will help you unravel your triggers that have been born from our experiences, some that will stretch back to childhood, some that can be pinpointed to trauma or tragedy, some that come from stress, some that come from people, some that will come from your health, some that will follow you home from work, some that come when you look at your bank balance. Our triggers are our own. We all have them. We may have an inkling as to what they are already. This is the ugly bit, being brave and naming it for what it is. You are the only one who knows your truth. If you find yourself stuck in a lie, then your primate is stronger than you thought, and you'll need to dig deeper. In knowing our triggers, we claim back our power. Slowly but surely, bit by bit, you will find the power to pick yourself up. Over 350,000 years of evolution, we have not evolved to the point where we are born resilient. Instead, we are born with potential, with the capacity to become resilient, an important distinction to make. Resilience is something that can be learned, something that takes practice, something that we get better at the more we try. It is a lifestyle choice. So that when the day comes when your life shakes and wobbles and sometimes crumbles around you, you are armed with the correct tools. Tools that can help you fix cracks, reinforce the foundations with steel, or completely rebuild on top of rock bottom. To become resilient is your responsibility. Nobody else can do it for you, nor is it something that can be purchased, sold, or outsourced. To be resilient is to take the road less traveled, and you just took the first step. Make sure you check out the resource attached. It will set you up for the first scheduled group coaching call.